Or this is a video I'm making primarily for people who are thinking about doing EB1, that they have realized that this life on H1B of renewing it over and over again is not cutting it anymore. That those days of just living on the edge, just being okay with the fact that I'm on H1B, chal rahi hai zindagi, that way. It's reached a inflection point and you want out. But so far you thought that EB2 was the only way that you could do this, that your destiny was to wait till your EB2 dates were current. But now, given the chatter on the streets, you have realized that EB1 could be an option, but you're not convinced yet. Now, what I have seen through my experience is people will look into EB1 for one of three reasons. I will get into those reasons, but if you're here new to this channel, hi, welcome. My name is Aditi Paul. I was a professor in a previous life, but very recently, by recent, I mean 3 years ago, I got really nerdy about EB1 and haven't stopped talking about it since then. All right, so what are the reasons why people will pursue EB1? I have oranges in my hand. At some point, I will eat this. They will pursue EB1 because, number one of their friends got EB1. And a friend who got EB1 is a friend they thought would never get an EB1 because they didn't have a PhD. They were just like them, software engineers, came to the US for a master, started working at a FANG company or some other IT company. They were doing the Ghesapita lifestyle like them, but now they have escaped the rat race with EB1, and you've like kind of shaken up and realized, what is this and can I do it too? So that's one way that you got into what is EB1 and exploration phase. The other thing is, what I have seen is, you might have come to the US on an H1B with your children. You always wanted to go back to India, but now you've realized that the roti kapra makan formula in the US is better. You can give a better future to your family over here. Probably your kid is aging out and you're looking at a way to stop that clock, and hence you're looking at a green card and prioritize it, and EB1 becomes the route. And the third reason why people look at EB1 is because everybody else is talking about EB1. So they're like, they're here to explore, they're here to window shop about EB1. And when you're window shopping about EB1, one of the things that you're subconsciously thinking about or consciously thinking about is, can I even try this? Like, is this for me? I've heard that you need papers and citations. I wrote one paper when I was a master's student, and after that, I didn't do anything. Like, am I eligible for EB1? Now, I'm not going to tell you that you don't need a PhD to get an EB1. 1,001 videos are out there on the internet which talk about this. So let's talk about something which is a level deeper, where even if you have a PhD, you might be thinking that, oh man, I didn't do any extraordinary work. Like, I've done good work, but extraordinary, that's a bit of a stretch. And I get that. I get that. I'll tell you two things about it. Number one is, we have to rethink what the term extraordinary means in the context of EB1. This may be an unpopular opinion, okay? And I hope that not many people watch this. Knowing what I know now, and I'll give you the reasons why, knowing what I know now about the extraordinariness in EB1, I think the way we describe extraordinary in EB1 is the way we describe spicy in American restaurants. Like, is it really spicy though? Is it like American spicy, or is it spicy spicy? You know what I'm saying? Now, why am I saying that to you? Not to give you false hope, not to say that, hey, you know what, extraordinary in EB1 is like, oh, anybody can do it. Yes, it's tough. It's tough. Just like spicy in American restaurants are spicy. But you also have to acknowledge two things that are going on in the EB1 world. The first thing is, when you think about how do you prove that you're extraordinary, this is USCIS, not me. According to the USCIS policy manual, the standard of proof is called preponderance of evidence. It's a very fancy way of saying you're more likely than not that you are a person of extraordinary ability. That's the first thing that you have to realize, that I'm not asking, or you're not being asked to prove that you're objectively an extraordinary person. You have to prove that you have done good work and that work is extraordinary, and it's more likely than not that you're a person of extraordinary ability. There's a difference. This is not objective truth. It's more likely than not, 51% more likely than not. So that's the first thing that you have to realize what the term extraordinary means. The second thing is the approval rates of extraordinary visas, it's not like IITs. It's not 0.2%. A significant number of cases do get approved, 56%. Now, I know there will be comments coming around on the comment section and saying, oh, but these like EB1 gurus will like ask if they give you all this pep talk because they want you to apply and they want to take your service. Hey, don't take my service. Okay. But I'm just giving you this information for free. लेना है तो लो वरना मत लो. But I wish somebody told me this when I was going through this journey that, hey, you know what, you're making this bigger in your head than it needs to be, which is stopping you. Now, the reason I'm saying this to you is so that you at least start, give it a fighting chance. But here's also the thing, just because it's achievable, you have to hold yourself to a high standard. Right? Just because I'm telling you that, hey, or not I'm telling you, USCIS manual says that, oh, yeah, more likely than not, that doesn't give you permission to do the bare minimum. I'm telling you this so that you at least start. You don't self reject before even starting because you're crippled with such self doubt that you need something big that you have already done that you need to do. Use this to start, but keep your standards high. Now, the second thing, how do you define extraordinary when it comes to EB1 visas? Now, it's not a surprise that EB1 visas were, again, conventionally given to people who are like researchers and scientists and sports people and artists. This criteria of EB1 was not really written keeping a product manager or a software engineer in mind. Not to say that they cannot apply, but the fact is that it was written keeping them in mind. A parallel argument can be made that the workforce, the rules of the workforce was made keeping the male diaspora in mind. And things like maternity leaves did not exist. As a matter of fact, bathrooms for women did not exist. But then the system changed, it adapted. As the women started joining the workforce, the system changed. In a similar fashion, USCIS previously could understand extraordinary ability in a very particular way. But as more software engineers, as more unconventional profiles are being submitted to USCIS, it's like an AI model. It's also understanding that, hey, extraordinariness cannot just be demonstrated through citations. It can also be demonstrated by getting $1.5 million in angel investing or getting into Y Combinator in the startup world. So it's analogous. So you have to understand that extraordinariness can be demonstrated in different ways. And just because you're not a certain profession doesn't mean you don't qualify. As long as you can pursue extraordinariness in any career, be it being a janitor or the uh, directorial head in your IT company, you can pursue the EB1 visa. So don't let these misconceptions as far as self-belief is concerned about EB1 stop you in your tracks. Extraordinariness within the EB1 context can mean very different things than how you're programmed to believe what extraordinariness means. If you want to read more and really understand the nitty-gritties of it, you can do it. Go to USCIS's webpage, go to Chapter 6, Part F. I want to say the policy manual, that's where they have written all the 10 criteria, and you can go and read each criteria and understand what evidences they need, what are the criteria that they accept, etc., etc. So I hope this was helpful. I know if somebody would have told me this truth about EB1, about the whole preponderance of evidence standard when I was going through this journey, that extraordinariness can be shown in different ways. It's not just one thing. I think that would have helped me get started a little faster in EB1 and get this job done a little faster and not wait for feeling like I do qualify now and now I should pull the trigger. I should have pulled it much before.